The war had ended in a way no strategist had predicted, and no empire had planned for. The great alien fleet lay silent above a broken moon, and the surviving vessels drifted without orders, while ground forces waited in confusion. At the center of it all stood the alien queen, ruler of 1,000 worlds. Her armor cracked, scorched, and failing as the last systems flickered and died. She had expected betrayal from rivals or a final strike from enemies, but she had not expected this. Her armor, the living symbol of her authority, had been repaired, restored, and reinforced during the chaos of battle. The damage from a human rail charge should have left her exposed and vulnerable, yet she stood unharmed, stronger than before. Her roar echoed through the shattered hull of the command spire. Who fixed my armor? The question was not asked in fear but in fury. No one had been ordered to approach her. No technician from her own kind had survived the breach. No allied species had access to the interface of royal warplate, and yet the systems reported human code, human materials, and human craftsmanship. Silence followed. The guards shifted their weapons, unsure whether to flee or kneel. The queen's eyes burned with suspicion and something close to disbelief. From behind a fallen support pillar, a lone figure stepped forward. He was smaller than the armored giants around him. His suit was patched, mismatched, and stained with oil, ash, and dried blood. He carried no weapon, only a heavy tool bag slung over one shoulder. His name was Tom. He had been a mechanic before the war. He had stayed a mechanic during the war, and in this moment, he was still just a mechanic. He stopped a respectful distance away and lowered his head, not in submission, but habit. It was what he did when facing something large, expensive, and likely to explode. The queen stared at him, a human, alive, unrestrained. Standing in her presence, she hissed, explained him, took a slow breath. He knew enough about alien queens to understand that honesty was safer than cleverness. He also knew enough about humans to understand that cleverness often slipped out anyway. Your armor was broken, he said calmly. If it had failed fully, the energy backlash would have killed everyone in this spire, including me. So I fixed it. A ripple of shock moved through the chamber. The guards tightened their grips. The queen stepped forward, her massive frame casting a shadow over the human. You claim you repaired royal warplate without permission, without instruction, and without consequence. Dom nodded. Yes. Her voice dropped. How? He shifted the weight of the tool bag. It was screaming. He said, your armor, I mean. The feedback loops were out of phase. The power distribution nodes were fighting each other. It is good armor, but it was designed to dominate, not to adapt. When the human charge hit it, forced the system into a state it was never meant to handle. The queen listened despite herself. This was not how her enemies spoke. There was no boasting, no hatred, only observation. You should not understand its design, she said. I did not, he replied. I listened. That answer confused her more than any threat. Listening was not a concept her people associated with machines. Armor obeyed, or it was replaced him. Continued. Human machines break all the time. We build them expecting that. So we also build ways to hear when something is about to fail. Your armor was loud. Painfully loud. I just followed the noise. One of the guards snarled and stepped forward. The queen raised a claw and stopped him. You altered my armor, she said. You touched the core systems. You risked my life. Tom met her gaze. Yes. Why? She demanded. He hesitated. Only a moment. Because I was there. Because I could. Because if I did nothing, everyone would have died, including your people and mine. The queen searched his face for deception and found none. She saw exhaustion, grime, and stubborn resolve. This was not a warrior seeking glory. This was a worker who had done his job. Her voice softened. Though few noticed, you saved your enemy. Tom shrugged. I saved the room. A strange sound escaped the queen. It took a moment for those present to realize it was laughter. Harsh, unfamiliar laughter that echoed against broken metal. Humans, she said. You are absurd. She turned slowly as data streamed across her vision. The armor felt different now. Not merely repaired, but improved. Power flowed smoothly. Defenses adapted dynamically. Weak points shifted unpredictably. This is not a simple repair, she said. No. Tom replied, I made it better. The guards erupted in protest, but the queen silenced them with a gesture. Better. Haltom set down his tool bag and opened it. Inside were components scavenged from half a dozen species, human alloys, alien circuits, and jury-rigged connectors that should not have worked together. Your armor now learns, he explained. It does not just resist damage, it remembers it. It changes hit it once, and it will not be hit the same way again. The Queen felt a chill run through her. That was not how royal armor worked. That was how predators evolved you. Gave my armor a human trait, she said. Tom smiled faintly. Adapt or die. The chamber was silent again. The war outside seemed distant, small, and irrelevant. Why are you not afraid? The Queen Estum considered the question. I was afraid earlier, he said, when everything was exploding, when people were screaming. I thought I would not finish in time, and now, he said, I am just tired. The Queen studied him for a long moment. Then she did something no one had seen before. She removed a section of her armor. It's not in challenge, but in acknowledgement, human mechanic. She said, you have altered the fate of empires without firing a weapon, Tom. Shape history, she replied. She turned to her guards. Lower your weapons. They obeyed instantly. To Tom, she said, you will come with me. He blinked. Am I a prisoner? No, she said. You are a resource. That did not sound reassuring, but it was honest. As they walked from the ruined spire, the battlefield outside was revealed. Wreckage, smoke, and the quiet aftermath of devastation. Human ships and alien vessels floated side by side. Damaged but intact, no one was firing. No one knew what came next. The Queen paused. At the threshold, tell me, mechanic, she said, if humans are so skilled at breaking and fixing things, why did you not build armor like mine, Tom? Looked at the stars. We did, he said. It just does not look like armor. Shay followed. His gaze saw human crews, patching ships with scraps, saw medics treating enemy wounded without hesitation, saw engineers arguing, laughing, and working in the middle of ruin. What does it look like? She asked Tom. He answered simply, it looks like each other for the first time. The alien Queen understood why her empire had not won, not because humans were stronger or more advanced, but because when something broke, humans did not ask who it belonged to, they just fixed it. Tanned. Somewhere deep within her newly adapted armor, the system recorded that lesson and changed.